Factoring by grouping, last section. There's only 2 examples today because I wanted to have a lot of time for you to have a chance to work and practice. But as we look at these, we just want to kind of summarize this and take a look. If we did this traditionally, I would say 20 times 15 is 300. Now just think to yourself for a sec, all the factors of 300 would be an incredibly long line. So, kind of our overarching idea today is, if at all possible, before you start a problem, look for a GCF. So between 20 and 56 and 15.
No.
Is there a GCF?
No.
2. No.
Any GCF there?
No.
All right, but you want to try. Because if there might be a GCF, it would be nice. But my point is, you always want to look for one. Sometimes it's going to be there, sometimes it won't. John? Why can't you use decimals? Because that won't let it factor. Next chapter we're going to learn something called the quadratic formula, and that'll let us do this problem very quickly with no matter what the answer is. Now the nice thing about all our factoring problems, all our answers turn out to be integers or fractions. So we're just going to kind of work through this one. So we're going to say multiples of 300, factors of 300, that add to 56. Shouldn't be too hard. 1 in 300 obviously adds to 301. 2 in 150 adds to 152. Now already you can see your number is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. 3 in what?
75. No.
100.
Sorry.
That's 103. 4 in 75. That's 79. We're getting close to 56. Does 5 go in?
Yes.
How many times?
60.
60. 5 and 60. That's 65. Does 6 go in?
Yes.
How many times? 50. There it is. So honestly, it only took us 6 tries to go through. The danger here, some of you might want to go to the guess and check, what I would call the DART method. You take a number and you say, oh, let me just see what goes into 300. You just try random numbers. If you try random numbers, Luke, my worry is you're going to jump over the one that's the right answer. Instead, you just systematically go through. Now, do you have to write them down? No. On your calculator, you could punch them out, see what they add to, and go from there. So we take that 56, just as review. We split it up into 2 parts. One is a 6x, one is a 50x. And there we go from there. Now, let's think GCF. 20x squared and 6x.
2x.
2x, nice Grace. 2x, so put a 2x out front. Drew or Kyle, can you tell me what would be left inside? A 3x, a 3 at the back.
Oh, and
10x. All right? At the back, hopefully if this works, we should have a 10x plus 3. How are you going to work it out, Jalan? Divide 15 by 3, good. Get plus 5. I love how you say a plus 5. How can we check that he did it right?
by multiplying it by 10.
All right, 5 times 10x has to be 50. That, guys, is your check. If that doesn't work, that means we did something wrong in our math table. So if both of those work, we're in good shape. But if only one works, that is an indicator that your MAC table had some kind of a problem. So always make sure you check both of those is my point. I've had some students just do the back one, they made a mistake in the middle, and then this number doesn't translate to these 3. So, very quickly we can write our answer. 2x plus 5, 10x plus 3. Boom. All right? Big numbers, but very doable. All right, slide down to number 2. Six times 16 is 96. It's a large number. Is there a GCF? Do you see one? All right, 2. So we put that 2 out front. New problem. What's the new problem? Josh? 3w squared minus 10w minus 8. So that's the new problem in blue. All right, now, factors of what?
24. Negative 24.
Factors of negative 24. The fact that it's a negative there, what does that mean for our factor column?
One's going to be a negative.
Okay, one's going to be a negative, one's going to be a positive. So, has to add to negative 10, because that's the middle number. Here we go. 1 and negative 24, negative 23. 2 and negative 12.
Negative 10.
There it is. Drag down the 2. 3w squared plus 2w minus 12w minus 8. Now look at the GCF of the first two terms. If it helps, circle them. W. But before you do anything, drag down the 2. When we take out a w, Haley or Justin, what's left? 3w plus 2. Big box, 3w plus 2. Justin, can you help me with the box?
It would be minus 4.
Well done. Let's check it. I like the minus 4 there. Minus 4 times positive 3, negative 12. So it checks.
You forgot to put it.
Oh, thank you. All right, so I write my answer. There's my 2. What's my first parentheses?
W minus 4.
W minus 4. Luke chooses someone else. Give me my second parentheses. 3w plus 2. Are they always going to have a GCF?
No.
No. Might they have a GCF? Could the GCF maybe have a W in it sometimes? It might. We did something like that yesterday.
Do you put the answer in brackets still? Or
No. Basically, the only reason I'm doing brackets is that's a significant change of form to help me see, oh, that's outside of everything.
Okay.
But brackets mean parentheses. All right, 25 squared.
625.
625. Questions?